First, a reign of terror is how two former Grainger County inmates described their time in jail. Good evening, glad you're here for WVLT News at 6 o'clock. I'm Ted Hall. I'm going to warn you, some of the details are disturbing, shouldn't be heard by young children. The women claim they were forced to put on sex shows for a corrections officer for more than 30 times. The sheriff tells us the accused officer has been released, but isn't saying what for. Gwendolyn Decree has more on these accusations. Gwen, we're still waiting to learn whether there's an open criminal investigation into the officer, but the women are kind of opening up their own essentially, right?
That's exactly right, Ted. In this 53-page lawsuit, the women are demanding what they believe is justice after they say they're dealing with catastrophic trauma right now. Candace McGee and Chastity Bailey hired an attorney who says there's video evidence that will support their claims, but hasn't been giving those tapes, saying the sheriff's office told them it's part of an open investigation. The women say former officer Travis Hank Davis forced them and possibly dozens more inmates to strip naked or perform various sex acts on each other while he watched from a control room. They insist their complaints were ignored and they could not transfer to another cell. Attorney Lance Baker, who's representing the women, say they just want answers and accountability.
It was news to me when you told me that TBI wasn't investigating. So I don't know if Grainger County just hasn't called them to investigate. Sometimes in these cases, we know what happens when the sheriff's department of a particular county investigates themselves. They're there to serve their time. They had no anticipation that this would take place. They're coping with it, dealing with it as best they can. But they're doing okay right now.
Now, we've made several attempts through the sheriff and his office to try to get a copy of Davis's public employment file, but was referred to the county's attorney. We haven't heard back from that attorney. As it relates to those claims, Sheriff James Harville telling us that he wishes he could tell their side, but due to litigation, they cannot discuss it, and said all of my requests that we put in today have been forwarded to the county's attorney. I've also tried multiple times to get Davis' side on this story, but haven't made contact with him yet, Ted.
Gwen, serious allegations, and you can make allegations in a lawsuit, but let's talk about the criminal action. Aside from asking for that, what else are these women wanting right now?
Well, they want the county to pay millions of dollars to all inmates who were in custody and have essentially the same stories to tell if these are all true, Ted.
All right, Gwendolyn Decree. Thank you, Gwen.